Okay, so it looks like I have notes, but I'm generally going to wing it. And I'm a surgeon, and so we're pretty quick and to the point. So I'd like to welcome everybody here, and we really enjoyed having you. And we've had people, as Terry brought up last night, from all over the country. We've had people from both coasts, northern, southern border states, and a bunch of people from central states, not everybody's state, but it's just really amazing to me that people would come and support a young couple from all over the country, and I just think that's really great. And I want to give a special thanks to my neighbors, Bud and Janet Welch, over here to the west, where everybody parked. They're just phenomenal. They've been the best neighbors you could have for the last 25 years. And I was going to go and talk about how Kevin and Stacy met, but Father Frank kind of blew that, as well as Terry last night. So we'll just kind of throw that one out. So I was going to. Stacy has kind of been like some people call her Chicken Little. So she's kind of afraid of a lot of stuff. You know, didn't like to fly. Probably still doesn't like to fly much. Is just kind of scared to fail. And Kevin has really kind of turned her around, which I'm glad to see. I mean, you know, I call him Adventure Kevin. You know, takes her extreme hiking. They went into a sea cave on Hawaii. They've been whitewater rafting, and I mean, she wouldn't even let me pull her behind in an inner tube behind a boat. So then I would like to kind of tell a story about each one of them that I think's kind of amusing. So one time, I mean, Stacy could read. So what would that be, Stacy? About third grade or what? Yeah, something like that. So we were over here on Lord's Hill Farm. Lord's Hill Park at the top. That's Lord's Hill over here. And there's a really nice park on top. It's kind of a hidden gem. And, you know, she's probably like 5 years old, I suppose. But she could read. And there's a warning sign at the head of it's just, you know, Stacy and Renee and Sherry and I. And there's a warning sign about cougars up at the top. And I'm going like, you know, it's okay. You know, we can go. It's fine. And no, you know, this cougar thing. And Renee's okay, Sherry's okay. We try to go down the trail. Stacy won't budge, you know. She stays up by the thing. Just try to prod her, you know. Nothing can make it work. Just won't go. You know, didn't understand what packing heat meant, you know. So we never went, and that's just Stacy, you know. So now Kevin's thing, and I'm probably going to laugh a lot during this one. So I don't know how many people have been up to Suncadia. It's kind of by Cleon. It's a real nice resort, and it's nice in the summer. And in the winter, it snows there a lot, and you can go cross-country skiing and snowshoeing. So we as a family with Alex and Renee, as well as Kevin and Stacy, have been up there twice. And just in the winter, snowshoeing. And one time I tried to cross-country ski. That didn't go well. Anyway, and there's a lot of, it's on a golf course. So you kind of hike around the golf course, and it's okay to run out on the fairways and stuff because it's covered in snow. And there's a lot of deer, and people feed the deer. There's all these houses lining the golf courses, and people feed the deer, and so they're very tame, and they're all over. And so all of a sudden, there's Kevin out in the middle of this fairway. I mean, running like a gazelle with snowshoes on, chasing this deer, you know, and almost catching up with it. And what'd you throw? Was it a ski pole? Yeah, throws a ski pole at. Oh my God, people just swarming out of their houses, just yelling at him, you know, just ready to chase him, you know. So we wander off, kind of to a different fairway, you know, where people haven't seen Kevin, and we're next to a road, and also I think it was Alex pointed out, you know, hey, there's fish and game. And we go, God, Kevin, man, get behind that tree, you know. And so he hides there for about 10 minutes until the fish and game guy goes away, and then we all sneak back into our condo. You know, but we never heard anything more about it. Huh? I don't know. So and then I think Alex told about the we used to do this thing with David DeLappy. I think he started called the McBirches. No, it was McBurlap. So McCutcheon, Birch, and DeLapp. was pretty, and we still do text back and forth and jokes with that. And then when Kevin's joining the family, you know, I think I was going to go for McBurling lap, and I got nixed on it, so it turned into McLapling is the new name. So that's the new circle of trust. And so, Kevin, you're gonna come into the McBurlapling circle of trust, and don't disappoint me. Okay? And by an extension, we'd like to invite Terry and Chris and Courtney into the McBurlapling circle of trust. Okay. So for the last 36 years, it's been my immediate family, it's been even with men and women, or in favor, 3 to 1, you know, women to men. And slowly we worked it up to 3 to 2. Then in the last 4 months, we've had a grandson and now the new son-in-law, and all of a sudden I'm ahead 4 to 3. You know? So got that going for me. And last, I would like to do a toast to Kevin and Stacy. Yeah, that's right. It's not like a retirement party. And so, may you have healthy lives, a long and happy marriage, and several children.
All right, one more round of applause for Hal. Yeah. All right, let's welcome to the microphone the best man, Dylan Welsh.
It's an honor to be here to celebrate this marriage and the joining of 2 truly unbelievable families. I'd especially like to recognize the parents, because without you, I'd probably be giving this speech in the ballroom of a Holiday Inn. Sherry and Hal, I want to commend you on raising a tremendous young woman. Chris and Terry, pretty good effort with Kevin. We sure like him. Stacy, this is an unbelievable wedding, and it's really clear all the time and effort you put into getting every detail just right. Kevin, I know you're going to make up for your lack of input on things like the flowers with some great dancing tonight, so we all look forward to that. Relationships are truly unbelievable in the beginning. There's no better feeling than meeting that special someone who wants to hear your stories. People are congratulating you, and if you're really lucky, the other person even spoils you with how well you dance and dress yourself. That part is easy, but you don't find out if the relationship has legs until you make it official in front of your family and friends by taking the plunge and moving in together. Kevin and I took that plunge in August of 2007. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Dylan. I'm Kevin's college roommate, bestie, and future brother-in-law if Courtney ever wises up and takes me out to Belgium. We met in 2006 at University of Idaho, but I started hearing about Kevin several weeks before I actually got to campus. I was sitting around with Luke and Garrett and Miles, and they were telling me about what to expect at college. And Luke in particular wouldn't shut up about this guy in the group they called Beautiful Kevin. He said something like, he's a really good guy, he has a great personality, I'm excited for you to meet him, but his jokes can be a little bit dry. I finally met Beautiful Kevin a few weeks later, the night before college, at a social gathering. Objectively, he was tall, had an athletic build, great smile, better teeth, killer dance moves, and a desire to have more fun than anyone else. I knew right away Luke was a liar, and this guy was roommate material. We became friends right away, but we didn't move in together for another 11 months because we needed time to mature before we took our relationship to the next level. I joke, but in all sincerity, Kevin is one of the highest quality people you will ever meet. You see, even in college, he was a real guy. He was a two-sport athlete, yes. Track and cross country are different sports. He trained something like 5 years to try to win a conference title, but his crowning achievement came sophomore season when he brought home the prestigious Idaho Beer Mile Trophy. Well done. He also earned a degree in mechanical engineering and in his free time engineered beats as he tried to get his DJing career off the ground. That's right, for those of you who aren't familiar with DJ Freaky Kev, I have to tell you, he had a gift. He had many opportunities to drop out of college and join the club scene in Las Vegas, but he decided to use his powers for good. He used to include in his rider that he needed to add 10 names to the guest list at parties, all dudes. And when I was lucky enough to meet a nice girl at one of his gigs, he would always switch from rap music to Brian McKnight and hit me with a song dedication. He's a legendary wingman. Not only is Kevin talented and hardworking, but he's a really good guy and doesn't take himself too seriously. He's a true friend that, as many of you can attest to, would do anything for the people he cares about. And someone as genuine and thoughtful as Kevin truly does deserve the best. And when he met you, Stacy, it was obvious that you were even better than he could have hoped for. As you read about on their site and heard from Father Frank today, these two met on a drizzly Saturday in Seattle when WSU was playing Stanford. Kevin didn't have a ticket to the game, but he thought to himself, I could go to the parking lot and have a few beers. And it's a good thing that he did, because it was at that tailgate that Stacy found Kevin huddled under a tent, clinging to a space heater, sipping on some Rainier beer. She recognized immediately that this guy was tall, had an athletic build, great smile, better teeth, killer dance moves, and a desire to have more fun than anyone else. She began wooing him immediately. She recognized he was husband material and wanted to impress him with some intellectual questions, like, what is your favorite muscle, and do you have a favorite chemical element? She really asked that. Kevin was smitten. When I talked to him the next day, he said something about he met this great girl, and he went on and on about how he couldn't wait for us to all meet her. When I finally met Stacy a few months later, I could see what all the fuss was about. Not only was she kind, intelligent, outgoing, and a lot smarter than the rest of us, but she was a really great fit with our friend Kevin. Anyone who spent time with them sees that they light up when the other one walks in the room, and they're obviously meant to be together. I don't live near them, but I've had the privilege of watching their relationship grow from a distance. Whether they're dancing their faces off at concerts, hanging out on the boat, or going off on one of their weekend adventures, they're constantly enjoying each other's company and making each other laugh. As you may have heard, my favorite adventure of theirs was the solar eclipse. It was the biggest solar eclipse in over 100 years, and Kevin didn't want to waste this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He went online and purchased a pack of wholesale glasses, and as the event got closer, he started selling them at a 200% markup to suckers on Craigslist. When the dust cleared and all the glasses were gone, it was on to phase 2 of his plan. He used the insane solar eyewear profits to take Stacy on a getaway to rural Oregon for a first-hand look at this astronomical marvel. After 2 minutes of total darkness and 15 or so of Kevin setting up a GoPro to capture the moment, he got down on one knee and asked Stacy to begin their next adventure. That's when I knew I had to let him go. Stacy, if I have to be replaced as Kevin's roommate, I'm glad it's by somebody that will support him and love him unconditionally. I know he'll do the same for you. I'm so happy for you both and excited to see where your adventures take you. To Mr. and Mrs. Kevin Merkling.
Best man, Dylan. Let's give him a round of applause. Excellent. And now let's welcome to the microphone the maid of honor and sister of the bride, Renee Birch.
Hi, I'm Renee, maid of honor and